Welcome. It's the Don. Yes, we have here a battery pack. It is a 12 volt charger, 18 milliamp hour power station, instant jump starting. Did it. PS11Q0. And it's got on the back side, when it is fully charged, it has the air compressor gimmick. Comes out here and it blows air. It's real fancy. And then for some reason, someone must have modified it, added this jumper to it, just a single jumper, as to having the other two just normal jumpers you would have with a jumping unit. And as you can see, just under here is the pressure gauge for the air supply. And here's a switch, and does fancy things, light, and it just doesn't work very good because the voltage is quite low on it. I don't know exactly where it's at now. I've tried charging it and no luck. It just won't hold a charge. So what I got going on is I've had luck with other batteries, even if they're what are they, gel cells. They're actual batteries. You can pop the top off like a normal battery, and you go to check the fluid and you dump it up, and there's no fluid whatsoever. It looks like styrofoam in there. I forget exactly what it is, but I've actually added what is it, sulfuric acid or hydrochloric acid, I'm sorry, to it. Or maybe it was sulfuric, I forget. It's over there. I'll show it to you. It'll bring it in and do it. Add that to it, and I ended up topping it off, and it worked out pretty good. So that's what we're going to try to rehab this battery and make ourselves a nice little fancy, heavy charging power unit, jumpstart power unit. So get it busted apart, and I'll show you soon. Yeah, like I said, it's been modified. I don't understand why they have just this cable coming off. I will have to figure that out. And that is off the positive terminal. I'll mark that so you guys can see it when it's on its side. I like to mark them real good anyway, just in case. Don't need any slip-ups. And just your other basic units, your circuit board. That's going to be, looks like we have a what is it called? Relay. It's a circuit breaker type relay. It's the one I took apart a couple videos ago. It's got the bimetal on the bottom, and it gets hot, and it bink, and it breaks the circuit. That's what we got here. Cigarette lighter adapter here with the plugs, and the other half, one bolt goes there. One terminal here, one on here. That's going to be probably your current sensing or voltage sensing. Yeah, it's going to run to the battery test. It says battery charging, full charge, and cableless reversed. Cables reversed. Woo! Cables reversed it then. Cables reversed. So sounds like they got some reverse polarity protection on here too. So get into it and figure out what's going on here. The biggest thing is to get the battery loose and out, which I already got stuff loosened up. I want to put some red on this so I know it goes back to red. Don't want to get it mixed up. And that would be sweet to get this one. I got a small one. I don't remember if I had a video of it or not. A couple weeks ago I took a real chintzy small one. The battery's like half the size of this apart. Yeah, not real fancy, but it'd be nice to have a nice battery like this, heavier battery. All I have is a motorcycle, don't have a vehicle. It doesn't even, it's outrageous how much I have to pay to even have a vehicle that I don't even hardly drive anyway. So motorcycle gets me around what I need to do for the most part, so that works out. So when you have a condition, life is tough sometimes. It's just a simple condition. Get that battery pulled right out, get it opened up so you guys can take a look at it and understand what I'm explaining. Do not incinerate, short battery terminals, do not gas tight container, flush water, when cycle use 14.4 to 15. Oh, I believe that's going to be a higher rating charge too on this. Rechargeable sealed lead acid battery. Cycle use 14.4 to 15 volts, 20 degrees C. Standby use 13.5 to 13.8. So I believe they're going to want me charging that at 14.4 to 14.8 if that's how is in line with the other batteries of this type. I guess a little bit. I guess they use a little higher capacity to pack a little bit more into them. This one doesn't tell you to. Maybe if I can dig up that other one that does say to use charge, it actually tells you like 4 steps to charging it. Constant current at whatever 2 to 4 amps, then constant voltage at 14.4 to 14.8. So I will show you. I will grab that and get it because it is quite neat. This guy looks like it's gotten pretty warm. Let me run the razor on this a couple times, get that popped open for you guys. Take a look at it. Oh yeah, this is a little bit fun. Just ripping the razor down them seams, just getting it cut. You want to get it cut about light 1/8 inch deep, and then just kind of peel it up. Work it. It's almost like if anyone's ever done siding. And you take your little zip tool and you're zipping them together and you just work it along. And as you can see, you got 6, which is typical 6 cells, 6 intermittent cells. They are connected, however, mechanically inside. But there is a bay for each separate fluid, if there is fluid in it. There may not be any. Or it might need fluid and be totally dry. I am not sure. But we are going to find out, because that's what we do. I always come back through and just shave any of these high spots down. That way when I do put I even mark the little cheap plastic here, just so it's like a puzzle piece, fits back in perfect when I put it back down. Usually hot glue it down. If it's a battery I'm going to keep. A lot of times they're just junk. But like I said, this one's got some pep to it. Be nice to get it working. It really would. Be a delight. Just got a couple of little high spots. I just take a little shaver and shave them down. That way it fits nice and flush. The other battery I did was on its side. That one wasn't bad. It come up to, it's like 12 and a quarter, 12.25 volts. Is what it's at actually right now. It's about 12.3 is what it charged up to. And I'm almost positive that was the one that there was nothing in it. I got a little tester. You drop it in there, or it's got like 5 different color balls in it. And you dribble some water into it. The balls line up and it tells you good, bad, weak, ugly, whatever the battery is, condition. And there was absolutely zero fluid. I was actually a little bit stumped. It looked like there was cotton, like fibers or fiberglass fibers down inside. And I even dumped some, like I said, some hydrochloric acid down inside just to add to it. And you still couldn't, it just absorbed it. You still could not spill it. Like they say, it's non-spillable. They're right. You cannot, even after I added to it, I added let me show you, dropper like this. I added about 3 drops pure acid for each cell. That might be a bit. Maybe it was 2 drops. Yeah, I forget. but not a single one. I'm just gonna take a brush and get down inside them quick, so I don't have dirt mixing with the caps when I pop them off. Scrubbed up. Come on, scrubber. Come on, scrubber. This ain't much fun for you guys. Yeah, it did find it. 12.3 is what it come up as. And this is it. It is a it's valve regulated sealed lead acid battery. 12 V 6.5 amp hours. I mean, that's nothing compared to the 18 on this one. I mean, it's a freaking monstrous difference. Shenzhen. Ritar, R-I-T-A-R. Shenzhen Ritar Power Co. Limited. And the backside here, there's a date and the voltages just to kind of monitor it over time. Oh yeah, like I did, it was a pipette I used. Valve regulated sealed, and that's the same. Okay, constant voltage charge cycle use 14.6-14.8 volts. Standby use 13.7, 13.9. Initial current less than 1.95 amps, so less than pretty much 2 amps. Do not short circuit. Thing will blow up in your face. It'll hurt. Call the ambulance. They're going to be really annoyed. Yep. But yeah, this one revived nice. I mean, it was like dropping the drops right down in the like cotton fibers. It was odd, but soaked it right up, and it was happy. The battery is so happy it sings. It sings to me. All right, that's clean. I got that. Poppies. Poppies time. Poppies. I'm gonna save these because you need to put them back on. These, as you see, they say sealed. It technically is, but the battery can, if it gets hot, warm, whatever, it is allowed to burp. You know, these aren't, the plastic isn't totally sealed down. It's kind of half glued, just half held down. And the rubbers, they're just lightly on. They're more of like covers. They're not sealing really anything. Sealed enough to keep the dirt out, which is exactly what they're doing. They do a pretty good job of it. So, it's a pretty neat little setup. Let's see, I'll get the flashlight. See what we got down in there. Let's see. Non-spillable. I gotta get something to spill it in, just in case it does spillage. I'm pretty sure I'll be alright. Non-spillable, yeah, so it's not gonna, nothing. Whoa! Nothing. Not a drop. Which is expected. So, I'm gonna see what the voltage is. I wanna check, maybe even probe each cell separately from the ground side, and you'll get, let's see, there's 6, we'll say it's 12 volts total. You get 2 per cell, 2 volts, 2 volts. But if one's weaker, you'll get 1. You get 1, a 2, a 1 3/4, a 1 3/4, 1 3/4, and then another, say a half, one that's real bad. So your 2 center ones are the ones that got cooked the most. Yeah, just throw some fluid at them. Try. It's not like they just all of a sudden have a charge on them. Then you got to charge them up, and hope they take the charge. And charge them nicely. You don't want to hammer on them. What we got? 6, 5.7, dropping, 5.3. Yeah, it's really dry. 5.8, 6. It's coming back. It's kind of wavering a little bit, around 6-ish. It is weak though. It seems like taking that measurement, you got some cells that are a little stronger than others. yeah, you don't want to be smoking or anything like this. In fact, any of this stuff, if you're gonna do it, you're definitely putting your life in your own hands. Um, to me, I have enough issues that this ain't gonna hire me one bit. It might help me, believe it or not. You never know. Let me get my stuff together. But yeah, anyone that, just please be careful, guys. I don't want anyone to get hurt. Doesn't matter watching a video or someone else's videos. Everyone just be careful doing this. This stuff's a little bit crazy sometimes, you know. I'm trying to keep this simple as it can about go. I'm just gonna try to get, we'll see, about 10 drops per per cell. Definitely want it ventilated. And you even got to be careful of what your hydrochloric to sulfuric acid. You got an odd acid that you don't know about in here, and you put something that you know of that don't mix with it, that's gonna not end right. So you got to be careful. And you know what? I'm gonna give each one a good squirt. Seems to be going pretty good. I'm curious to see how this finishes off. There we go. I want to suck up that little bit that's slobbered there. There. Just a little bit right there I want to get to. Rest I can wipe up. Got the fans going. Woo! I gotta really get them going. Get that sealed up. Damn. Woo. Woo. Go outside. Alright, well, got that charging. Man, that fumed up pretty quick in here. I had the fans going. I had to pop them on full blast and open the doors. All the doors. Get it really rolling. Skanky. A little bit skanky. Alright, well, while we're waiting for that, we'll get some voltage on here and see if everything's seeming to work alright on this. We'll get 12 volts on the Mr. Power supply. He's a real nice guy. You'll meet him someday. Real nice. Yeah, that's not 12 volts. We'll go 13, just to be safe. Drop the cut end. Give it a pop. Probably about an amp max current limit. Come on, straighten your ass up. Do it like you've done it before. That was red and Fred. So here and here, I'll get that one tightened down first so I don't have a trumpy connection. Oh, not that one. So, I seen something cool the other week. I was watching the finals, the NBA finals. I seem to always catch all sports finals. I enjoy all competition like that, I guess. And actually seen YouTube TV advertised on that. In fact, it was like the whole thing was sponsored by it or something. I thought that was pretty neat. Yeah. I mean, gotta make like. Talk about. I think that's nailing it on the head there. Toronto, especially with Toronto winning it. You got U.S. and then you got Canada involved too, which I know there's a lot of Canadian creators too, and probably people that work there and everything else. I don't. Well, it was cool, pretty neat. I think they hit a home run on that, teaming up with the NBA and that. I know that sport just seems to be just growing and growing. I know they all seem to plateau at some point, but yeah, that was a good deal there. Make everyone a part of the family. I'm just a 13 subscriber part of the family. There's bigger parts and there's other parts, and then probably people that just watch, but all the family, all the big family, just happy. Also happy. It was pretty darn neat. Something very unexpected and pretty cool, I thought. Here's don't mean jack to the squat to the capital XX. Yeah. There's something unexpected I think I see. Flipping on a basketball game. Thought it was pretty neat to see Canada pick up their win there for their first championship in the sport of basketball. The only Canadian team, by the way. That's pretty neat. Especially to beat the bad boys. Not really the bad boys, but isn't bad, but shooting basketball is bad. Take down them guys. Whew. It's an all-star team all in one. Just one team in Golden State. Anyways, too much chatter. Let's get at her. Let me turn it on and see what happens here. On. Lampy. A little bit crampy. Man, that thing is freaking blah. I guess if you stare into it, it ain't too bad. But, yeah. El Shito. Oh, come on. Come on, get on there. Stay on there. Battery test. I really don't see any reason. Is there? Pull that board out. Unless they spot some water damage or burnt spots. None. Definitely looks like some leaded solder. This spot right here is touched up. This was not done by me, I can promise you that. You see that there? Woo! I don't know what this thing does. It's got a mind of its own. Oh, that's a not very well soldered pin. Where's Pointy? Hey, Pointy Dexter, where are you? Where's Mr. Pointer? I know I had it here. I was flipping it around. Showing it off. I need backup pointer. Check out the seriously nice soldering work right there. That's real nice. The hole is made for expansion. No, the hole is not supposed to be there. Come on, get that touched up. Anything else? The hell? Wonder where that wire is supposed to be going. This wire right here is just kind of hanging out by itself, clipped off, and doesn't know what to do. There's a solder splotch. Yeah, this thing's been definitely worked on before. Probably worked on and got it working again, and then figured out the battery is kapots. I wonder if the diffuser on this is part of the problem. Another hole. Gotta love the airflow through the board. Right there in the hole action. Come on. The thing just does what it wants. Alright, let me get that touched up and get the battery, get progress on the battery action. Be back. Maybe with a sledgehammer. You never know. Yeah. Doesn't look like the battery's going to come around, but I just happen to have one that's 20 amp hours instead of 18. So in my calculations, that's a little bit better. So that's what we're going to go with, and it's the same size. So I'm going to start stuffing this in here as I wrap this up and move on to make the part 2 of this thing. And follow along, subscribe, add, subtract, multiply, divide, whatever you got to do to get through the day. Well, yeah, thanks. Appreciate it very much. Hope you enjoyed. Hope it didn't bore you. Probably did. Sorry. I'm good at that. Try not to next time. And that. So on. Catch you in part 2. Giddy up.